So I'm going to run this evening as follows. We're going to go for about an hour. I'm going to be quite strict with everybody. Don't go on, because I will stop you. Are architects to blame for gentrification?
I don't generally think that the architects are to be blamed for gentrification. I think they're symptomatic of what is happening with gentrification, which is ultimately about unequal kind of investment on particular bits of land in places which have not had investment for a long time. Architects, in a way, follow the work that is being created. So I don't think they're to be blamed for it, but ultimately they also don't have so much agency to have a choice.
Ultimately, I think we're not responsible because we have so little power.
In fact, I'd agree with both of the panellists, both of what you said. No, architects don't have the power, but equally the decisions they make about who they work with, how they work with them, is part of the powers and the decisions that they can make.
Maybe architects do have a bit to blame for the gentrification, because weren't we all the ones that moved into this area and started off the gentrification?
I suppose we all agree that gentrification is ultimately a good thing. We've not agreed.
The change in the street in Broadway Market was really varied and really sporadic. It feels like a lot of the entertaining and interesting things have got pushed to the edges. So it feels as if Broadway Market in particular has gone from being a place of sort of surprise and entertainment to a bit more predictability.
The regaining of it has been a sort of fetishization of that past working class culture, and I think to what extent is this like, oh brilliant, we're seeing a resurgence of manufacture and independent businesses in East London, that's fantastic. Yeah, well, if it's ridiculously expensive products that only the elite can afford, then is that really a good thing?
We're all bandying around this term gentrification willy-nilly, but what does it actually mean?
I don't think it means a lot for Vyner Street, to be honest. Gentrification is a housing, economic and health issue that affects the community's history and culture and reduces social capital, often shifting a neighbourhood's characteristics, e.g. racial, ethnic composition and household income. So perhaps we need to be looking at gentrification as a disease.
So it's a disease.
Well, we could look at it like that, couldn't we?
I would be very curious, anybody who raised their hand who considers that they are not part of gentrification?
I'm not an architect or an artist.
Yeah.
And
what do you do for a living?
Well, I'm currently a developer, actually.
Intriguing.
I'm not actually a developer, but I'm doing some development at the moment. The idea that somehow we've gentrified this area suddenly is rubbish. Actually, it was gentrified in the first place. Then it was built on. I moved here because it was cheap. I was a student, couldn't afford anywhere else. I liked Victoria Park. I used to rowing for the...
Is that not the definition of gentrification?
What?
That
Rowing?
Somebody who is well educated with quite high levels of social capital moves somewhere because it's cheap. And
I
then
don't
more
know, is it?
people. Yes, I think it is.
Is it?